Before we begin, I just want to have a little activity. I'm going to ask everyone to stand, and when I'm not only talking the students, I'm talking the parents, the teachers, the sponsors. Yes, I'm asking everyone to stand because, you know, we want to get you excited about this event today. Who knows the game? My head, my shoulder, my feet, my toe. My knees, my toe. Already? Let's go, let's go. We're going to play in 1, 2, 3. My head, my shoulder, my knees, my head, my shoulder, my knees, my toes, my. God made them all. My head, my knees, my toes, my shoulder, my knees, my shoulder, my knees, my toes. My knees, my toes, my knees, my toes, my knees, my. Are those are the sponsors doing the activity? My toes, my. God made them all. My. God made them all. All right, clap yourselves. Clap yourselves. All right, so you can just sit down. Do not move from your spot. Just sit down right where you were sitting. Who remembers what my name is? What is my name? Good job. So Auntie Danger would like to welcome you all to Kingston Bookshop's Reading Day. What is it called? Good job. Clap yourselves. You guys are very smart and learn fast. I love that. So Kingston Bookshop celebrates this day annually. And the whole purpose of it is to celebrate the joy of reading and literature. So today, you're going to be having different persons coming up. Some of them are personalities. Some of them are actors. And they're going to be sitting right here. And they're going to be reading something to you. So they might say, once upon a time, blah, 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 blah. What they might say? Okay, they're not actually going to say that, but just welcome to the event, and you're going to be hearing all sorts of different stories from different persons who are going to come up here today. Now, I'm seeing a lot of different schools in the building, and I want to do a roll call before I call up the first reader. Now, when I call the name of your school, I want you to shout very loudly, I love reading. What are you going to say? I love reading. You know, so no lie, because I don't love on no tablets. I don't love on no games. But what are you going to say? I love reading. Okay, good job. Wait, let me find it. North Street Primary. Let me do that again. No, never ready. Ready. North Street Primary. I love reading. St. Aloysius Primary. St. Teresa Prep. Is where them there? Where on there? Raising the hands. What? No, we're gonna because of the big. We're gonna do that again. St. Teresa Prep. Them try. Jesse Paul Primary. Okay, they're not here as yet. St. Benedict Primary. St. George's Girl Primary. Not here as yet. Alpha Primary. Come on, more energy. Alpha Primary. Holy Family Primary. Holy Family Primary. St. Andrew Prep. Okay. Small Treasures Childcare. Calabar Primary and Infant. Whoa. Let's do that again. Calabar Primary and Infant. New Providence Primary. I have to come to no nice. May go do that again. New Providence Primary. Okay, I'm not going to have any favorites. I'm not going to say that. Hagley Park Prep. Again, Hagley Park Prep. Micro practicing primary and junior high. Okay. Shortwood practicing primary. Okay. And finally, Pembroke Hall Primary. I want everybody to give themselves a round of applause. So now that everybody's ready, wait, I still take questions, all right? Let's get the first reader, and then I'll take questions. So now that everybody's ready, if you're ready, let me hear you say ready. Okay, wow, I'm going to invite the very first reader for the day, and she is the brand manager for JP Foods. Her name is Candice Bully, but we're going to call her Auntie Candice today. We get that? Let me hear her say Auntie Candice. All right, come up, Auntie Candice. She said she's going to be reading a book, Mosquito 1. You know the song? Mosquito 1, Mosquito 2, Mosquito jumping at... Okay, yes, Candice is going to take over now. Here you go, Candice.
Good morning. Are you guys ready? All right, so you guys are going to have to help me to read this book today, right? So, everybody know Mosquito 1, right? No? All right. So here's what you're going to do. When I say Mosquito 1, you're going to say Mosquito 2. Okay? All right. So we're going to try the first one. Mosquito 1. Mosquitoes jump in hot colorloo. No. You're saying mosquito. Yes, hot colorloo. Really? Come.
Kalaloo rhymes with my last name, Bagaloo.
Nice. All right, ready again? Mosquito 1. Mosquitoes jump in the old man's shoe. Yes. Can you imagine him jumping in the old man's shoe? What do you think happened? Did he bite him? He sting him? All right, the next one. Mosquito 1. Mosquitoes made Johnny run out to the loo. See him running? He's running straight out of the bathroom, right? All right. Mosquito 1. Mosquitoes bit 3 little monkeys in the zoo. Yes, they bit the monkeys. Exactly, and they fly. Mosquito 1. Mosquitoes like to hide in thick bamboo. Yeah. Apparently, you guys see inside the bamboo where the water is? The mosquitoes are growing right there. Well, what I can tell you is that mosquitoes actually are born in water. Yes. They're actually born in water first. Mosquito 1. Mosquitoes come when the sky is not blue. Who can tell me when the sky is not blue? Exactly. So when nighttime comes, what do? You go inside and close the doors, right? That's what you do. Everybody does that, right? Good. Mosquito 1. Mosquitoes are not afraid of me or you. Can you believe that? Mosquito afraid of you? Why is the mosquito afraid of you? Why is the mosquito afraid of you?
Because every time when I try to catch them, they fly away from me.
Oh. What are they afraid of? The fly swatter? That's true. All right. So now we're moving on. So I'm going to say mosquito 3 and then you say mosquito 4, right? Mosquito 3.
Mosquito 4.
Mosquito time, you'd better close your door. So I'm going to say, we're going to count now. So when I say mosquito 5, you say mosquito 6, right? Mosquito 5.
Mosquito 6.
Mosquito bites itch more than, what's this? Cow-itch. Anyone know what that is? Me either. I know if a teacher could help us. Is any teacher know what a cow-itch is? It's a bush. Thank you. See, we learn every day and I'm still a student. She said it's a bush. Yes. It doesn't bite, but it can itch. All right, so I'm at mosquito 7 now, so you're going to say 8. Mosquito 7? Mosquitoes come inside if you close too late. So if you keep your doors open too late, what are they going to do? Mosquito 9? Mosquitoes make you curse again and again. So remember, mosquito 1. Remember, mosquito 1. Mosquitoes like blood that is new. Yes, it was mosquito 1 and mosquito 2. Mosquitoes gave Mary a bad flu. Yes? Sure. Oh, no, you're fine. So now we're going to close out, right? Mosquito 1. Mosquitoes jump in the hot callaloo. Mosquito 1. Mosquitoes jump in the old man's shoe. Mosquito 1. Mosquitoes jump in the Dutch pot too. Baby can't walk. Baby can't talk. Baby can't eat with an... You have a Dutch pot? I have one too. That's good. So now it says baby can't walk, but baby can't talk. Baby can't eat with a knife or a fork. Mosquitoes are insects, guys. A mosquito is an insect. Each one has 3 basic body parts: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. The thorax is their body. So this part of their body? No, it's not their body. Basically their body. It's their body, guys. And the abdomen will be the bottom part where the blood is stored when they bite you. And then the head is where they have their little, and the, the head has 2 eyes, the antenna for sensors, and a mouth. The thorax is where the 2 wings and the 6 legs are attached. It also contains the heart. The abdomen contains the digestive and the excretory organs. There are 3,000 mosquito species in the world. Yes, 3,000. Most mosquitoes are harmless to humans as they feed only on snakes, frogs, birds, and other animals. I want to go to that country too. I'm right there with you. There are, however, other mosquitoes like the Aedes aegypti, which is currently in Jamaica, who prefer to feed on cows, horses, and people. That is why mosquitoes spread some of the world's worst diseases, including malaria, yellow fever, Zika, chikungunya, and West Nile virus and dengue fever. Many people have asked the question, are mosquitoes necessary? Why don't we kill them all and wipe them all off the face of the earth? The simple answer is that mosquitoes actually serve many useful purposes, and here are a few. Mosquitoes are an important food source for many animals, such as the fish, the turtles, the dragonflies, the birds, and the bats. Yeah, but they eat mosquitoes too. True. That's your last one? Well, you need to get our next one so you can feed him mosquitoes, so he can eat the mosquitoes for you, right? Mosquitoes are important for plants such as some herbs and orchids. The chemicals in a mosquito's mouth are useful to make medicine. The chemicals are natural and they help to prevent blood clots. Humans need to learn to live in harmony with mosquitoes. Maybe a better way is to try to prevent our exposure to mosquitoes. Stuff like closing your doors early, right? When we see night coming, we close the doors so that the mosquitoes don't come inside. So here are 10 facts about the mosquitoes. Only female mosquitoes actually bite animals and drink blood, right? The male mosquitoes only feed on plant juices. Remember, you guys have to listen because I'm going to ask 2 questions and give 2 prizes. A mosquito's wings beat about 1,000 times per second. A mosquito's wings, they beat at least 1,000 times per second. The life cycle of a mosquito is from egg to larvae to pupa to adult stages. Most female mosquitoes lay up to 200 eggs at a time. 200 eggs. The scientific name for mosquitoes is, and somebody corrects me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, right? It's Culicidae? That's right? Teachers? No, you don't know it either? Wow. Okay, so we're both going to learn that today. Sure. You want to read it for me? What's that word?
Coolidea.
Try again.
Coolidea.
What about the C? Try it.
Coolidea. Coolidea. Coolicidae.
Mosquitoes are invertebrates, animals without backbones. And there are a group of mosquitoes is called a swarm. The average lifespan of a mosquito is 2 weeks to 6 months. So they can live up to 6 months. Can you believe that? Can you imagine one mosquito in your house for 6 months? Yeah. Mosquitoes can drink 3 times their own body weight in blood. And that is it. Everybody enjoyed that reading? Did we learn something about mosquitoes today? Are we going to allow them to bite us all the time? Are we going to live in harmony with mosquitoes? Wait, come again. Are we going to live in harmony with mosquitoes? All right, so I'm going to ask 2 questions, right? You guys ready? All right, so I have 2 prizes for 2 lucky students who can answer these questions correctly. Can somebody tell me, and remember, you can't show the answer. You have to put up your hand and I'll pick you. Or the first person to come up here can tell me the answer. So the question is, can someone tell me how many eggs does a female mosquito lay?
200.
Come again, you have to say it louder.
200.
Is she correct, guys? I'm going to let her say it again. How many?
200.
Is she correct? Yes, up to 200 eggs. All right, my next question. Ready? Can somebody tell me the name of the mosquito, right, that drinks human blood? I said it. Come ready.
Drake.
No, that's not it.
A female.
No.
What's it called? I don't remember. Male.
No.
A swan.
No.
A male.
No.
The male.
No.
Female.
No. Guys, it's a type of mosquito. Ready, one at a time.
Female.
No, guys, it's not female and it's not male. So if female or male is your answer, you can go back to your seats. No, not a swarm.
A phylid.
No.
A fly.
No.
A flock.
No.
The mosquito is. The AIDS mosquito.
What's the name of it? You don't know the full name?
No.
Teacher.
Egyptile. Come again? Aedes egypti.
It's Aedes aegypti, but you're close enough. She got the answer. What's the name of it?
I don't remember, but it's a black.
She just said it's Aedes aegypti mosquito. So she is the winner. Hush. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great day.
All right, let me hear you say thank you, Auntie Candice. Good job. If you can hear me clap once, sit down, baby. I soon come to you. If you can hear me clap twice. No, man, that sound like enough. If you can hear me clap twice. If you hear me clap 3 times. No, man, me hear. If you hear me clap 4 times. I hear enough. If you hear me clap once. If you hear me clap once. If you hear me clap twice. Good job. So I'm going to be inviting the next reader. Her name is Gabrielle Curling. She's the senior brand manager. And she's going to be coming up here to read Patu the Sleeping Owl. I want you to whisper it with me. Patu the Sleeping Owl. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Goes. Good job. Can I have a round of applause for Gabrielle Curling, please? No, man, but Gabrielle, you come with poster and everything. And wow, another round of applause for her, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. No. You don't have to call me such a bossy thing. You can call me Auntie Gabby. So, good morning, everybody. So this morning, I'm going to be reading you this story, Patu the Sleepy Owl. But before we start, you're not tired for sit down? Come, stand up for me and stretch a little bit. So, hands up, all the way up like you're trying to reach for a very tall tree. And down, touch your toes. Up again. And down on your toes. You feel a little better? No? It's all right. By the end of the story, when I have the little treats, you'll feel better, I'm sure, right? All right, so we're going to sit so we can listen to the story. And we have to be quiet, you know. We have to be quiet for the story. You ready? You have to be ready. Shh. Peter, look, Pearlie shouted. Look at the bird in the tree. Be quiet, Peter whispered. That's Patu, and he's sleeping. You see Patu sleeping in the tree? You want to see? See him there. I don't want you to get up, though, you know, so everybody can see. Patu, the little girl asked. He has a name? And why is he sleeping in the middle of the day? He must be so lazy. That's an owl, Peter explained. We call owls Patu, and owls are not lazy at all. Patu is the wisest of all birds. Why is his name Patu? Pearlie asked. It sounds strange. Well, long ago, an old owl was called Patu, Peter replied. Yes, most owls sleep during the day and then stay awake at night, but not that old owl. Patu, he slept all the time. Has anybody ever seen an owl before? See him there? Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. An owl in the tree, right? Too loud? Oh, okay. All right. We're going to continue with the story. All right? Patu slept during the sunny days and the dark nights. Peter smiled. He was always sleeping, just snoring Z's all through the day. Patu liked to sleep too much, Pearlie said. Just like me, who here loves sleep too. Okay. That's why he lived in a dried up old tree, the boy noted. Please tell me Patu's story, Pearlie pleaded. Tell me everything. I want to know all about Patu, the sleepy owl. You see, back in the night when all the owls moved into a lush forest, Peter started his story. Patu was too groggy. All the other owls reached to the lush forest before him, and they rushed to choose the greenest trees for themselves. So can you imagine all of the owls gone to the forest? Everybody pick a pretty green tree, but then Patu get what we call the what left. Patu had to settle for the old tree. They built big and fancy new homes, the boy explained. Did Patu have to settle for a bad tree, Pearlie asked. Yes, the boy continued his tall tale. Patu had to settle for a very old, dried-up tree. That's where he built his little home. One owl teased Patu. Hey, old sleepy owl, couldn't you find a better tree for your nest? We're luckier than you. That's kind of mean, don't it? What did Patu say to him? Pearlie asked her brother. Patu said, it's too early to say which one of us is lucky. Poor old Patu, Pearlie sighed. I feel so sorry for him. You feel sorry for Patu too? Who don't feel sorry for Patu? Why you don't feel sorry for him? Well, there's no need to pity him, Peter responded. You see, one day, people came to the forest, and they chopped down all the best trees. They took them away. What do you think the people were chopping the trees down for? To make what? To make board. Yeah. And to build houses. Most of the owls had to flee their nests in the lush trees. But when the men reached to the old dried up tree, oh, tell me, Peter, Pearlie pleaded, what happened? Peter shook his head and said, it was the only tree left. The men said, this tree is too old. It's not worthwhile to chop it down. Peter smiled. Patu's tree was left alone. He didn't lose his home? I'm going to ask you. I'm going to take your question when we finish. Right? After the woodcutters left, all the other owls flew up to Patu's nest to tell him what happened, Peter said. One owl said, we screeched, but the men chopped down our nice homes. Those woodcutters had no mercy. So can you imagine? After they told Patu that he doesn't have a nice house, and they chopped down his tree, where them end up? In Patu tree. That's called karma for real. Where could they all sleep after that? Pearlie asked. You listening? Where could they all sleep after that? Pearlie asked. That's the question the owls asked, Peter replied. Patu told them, you can all make nests in my old tree. There's room enough for all of us. He welcomed them. And so it was that all the owls built their nests in the old dried up tree where Patu lived. Peter said with a smile, we were foolish, one owl told Patu. When we had our new homes, we behaved badly. The boy laughed. Ha. And how did Patu respond to that, the little girl asked. Patu said, sometimes a curse can be a blessing in disguise. So, in Jamaica, sometimes we say, who laugh last, laugh best. You see, Peter said, Patu had taught the owls the wisdom of living in harmony. Now all owls follow Patu's wise ways. I see, Pearlie said with a smile. Old Sleepy Patu was the wisest owl, and that's the reason we call all owls Patu. So, did you guys learn anything from the story? Okay, I'm going to take your questions. I saw your hand up. What did you want to say? Mm-hmm. Yeah, what you thought they did? Make paper. That's true. Did you know that trees make paper? Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Patu sounds like your auntie. Oh, your aunt's name. You have a pet aunt? Oh, your auntie. Okay. Tattoo. Everybody in your family have a rhyming name. Oh, she's an African. Interesting. I'll take your question. She came from Panama. I went to Panama last week. She have a Panama shirt. Oh, wow. Tell me what you wanted to say. You want to say it in the mic? No? Tell me. Mm-hmm. You want to say another part? You want to hold the book and see? You can go back with it down there. Anybody else have a question to ask? What you wanted to ask? I come in. I'm gonna try and take as many as possible, and then I have a few goodies to give you. Mm-hmm. Patu was very kind? Yes, that's so true. I think that's the most important lesson in it all. That despite everything, that you should always show kindness. And they what? Meanness? They were kind of mean. Because they never have a boss on Patu, so, you know, they never have to do that. You should do good deeds.
And they also wanted to show off.
And they were showing off. That is so true. And it's not all the time you must show off, you know. In life, you should be humble. Patu was a mean. All right. Wait, hold on. I can't manage all of you one time. Wait, no, I have to ask a question. So you have to go back to your seat so I can ask the question because I have a little goodie. I have some goodies here. Thank you, baby. Now, there were 2 children in the story. And the person that can you have to raise your hand, you know. I don't want you to run, come up here. So everybody sit down. Everybody have hands have to be down. We have to make it fair. Hands down and quiet and listen to the question. Everybody knows it. Where do I ask a question yet? And whoever answers this question will get a Pascual Yogi Kids yogurt. All right. There were 2 kids in the story. Hands down. Hands down. Who can tell me the name of the brother and the sister in the story? All right. Hold on. You have to stay in position and wait till I call you to tell you. Peter and Pearlie. You're right. All right. I feel go look for another question. All right. Okay. I don't know if you guys are going to know this though. So, we know that Patus are owls. Is Jamaica the only place that call owls Patu? Yes or no? Okay, what's your answer? Yes. No? You think that everybody call owls patu? Who say yes? Who say yes? You say yes? All right. You say yes? Okay, come. Because it's true. Only Jamaicans call patu, call owls patu. So, I have more things, don't worry. Jesus. Guys, you don't throw it, don't grab. Thank you. Thank you.
The reason why Jamaica is the only one that calls owls patu is because there's other countries that speak different languages.
Okay. That's a good thing. Here, let me comment for this one. That's a good reasoning. What happened? Why do they call them patu? I did some research last night, and it's just a word that we call owls. But what I did find out, that there is actually another bird called patu that's not an owl. Yes. So Jamaicans call owls patu, and there's another bird that's called patu that's not an owl. It's a very ugly bird too. All right. This question is going to be hard though. So you have to listen. What happened? Where are you? Where is your family from? From Cuba? You call some owls patu? That's interesting. Because in the world, sometimes there are similarities between cultures, because some Jamaicans could have gone to Cuba, and that's where they would have learned that the word is that we call them patu.
My Spanish teacher came from Cuba and is now in Jamaica.
And exactly, people move across countries all the time. So here's this other question now. This one is hard, so you have to listen. You have to be very quiet. Anybody get this one right? You're a bright spark for true. Although I feel like all I want are bright. No. We know that owls are patus. Does anybody know what we call in Jamaica the white owls? Think about it, Not the president's house. What's your answer?
Penguin?
No, not penguin. Penguin is another bird. Hey, remember what I telling you about the running up here? You have to be in your seat and then I call you up so I can see everybody.
Miss?
What? No.
Miss?
You have to go back and sit down now. No?
Miss? Actually, penguins are not birds. They can't fly.
No, exactly. Not a junkra. Junkras aren't owls.
Miss, drunkos are birds.
All right, shh. Hold on. Let me hear this answer. I think she may have the answer. If I were you, I would probably ask my teacher. No. No. Teachers, you're not going to help them? You're not going to help them? Hold on. Somebody come with the answer. In Jamaica, sit down so I can tell you the answer. And I'm giving you so you can share with your friends. No? Here you go, honey. So you can share it for you and your friends. You want to tell them the answer? No? Okay. Guys, you have to sit down so I can tell you the answer. You have to sit down on your bottom and keep quiet. So, we call owls patu, but in Jamaica, white owls in particular, we call barnyard fowl. Yeah, that's what we call them. Barnyard owl. Yeah. Barn owl. Yeah. You guys know what a barn is? It's like a shed on a farm. Yeah. Let me see if I have any other questions I can find so I can give you some munchie. Some munchie biscuit. Okay. If you were really listening to the story, you would have heard me say a proverb. So in the story, there was a line that said, Patu said sometimes a curse can be a blessing in disguise. And we were talking about the fact that in the beginning, the other owls were laughing at Patu, but then in the end, Patu was the one that was lucky. So in Jamaica, we have a saying. What was the saying that I said during the story? Remember, we have to sit down. We have to sit down, raise your hand, so we can be a little bit more organized. So go back to your seats. What's the saying? Yes, who laugh last, laugh best. Good job. Here you go. Make sure you share with your friends, you know. Like how Pato. All right, let me see. I can ask 2 more questions. I don't even know what I'm gonna ask. Okay. Why didn't how wanna reach so close? Go on back on the seat. You know, hear me, you know? All right. On your bottom. You have to sit on your bottom. All right. So I have 2 more questions. Here's the next one. Who can tell me why did the woodcutters not cut down Patu's tree? Is why? You're not gonna flood me.
Because it was too old. Because it was too old.
I'm not going to give out the prize until everybody sits back down in their seat. That question was clearly too easy. You have to sit back down and be quiet. Hands down. So, when I tell you hands up to answer the question, you put it up. So, go back into your seat. It don't matter if you're sitting at the front or the back, I can say everything. Hands down. Keep quiet. Okay, hands down, quiet. Remember, I have 1 more question after this answer, you know, after I get the answer. Hands down, you know, I see too many hands up. I'm gonna get you heard the question already, you know the answer. I don't tell you hands up yet. All right. Oi. I hope you all don't raise it at the same time. How wanna reach up here? Wanna think on a slick? Go on, Batman. Okay. I don't hear quiet yet, you know. I forget. We have to hear quiet. Quiet. Like as if you say Patu in the tree and you don't want him fly away. You have to get quiet. Shh. And no noise when we put hands up, you know. If I hear noise when we put hands up, no more prize and a gun. Hands up. Yeah. It's all right. We get something now. Because the tree was too old. Did you know that when trees are really old, we don't cut them down? Because we have to preserve. Thank you. Because we have to preserve the history that we have. All right. I have 1 more set of munchie for you that you can share with your friend. That man, he can give me a question. Give me a question. Yeah? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, last question. Russell Primary? All right. Oh, no, Russell Primary, you just reached. Oh, they came early, but just for us, so primary. All right. But me not have no more questions. You have to give me a question. I need a question. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to give this question to Russell Primary. I don't know if this one is going to be hard, but I think it's easy. So, how do patoos help on the farm? Think about it. Where's Russell Primary? Balloon? I'd have done my balloon. That one, no, you have to leave it there for the decoration. So we're going to hear the answer to how do owls help on the farm? They do. They eat the rats. Because you know the rats will eat out your crop and everything. Proud of you. And birds too. Owls eat birds. Wow. I don't know. I'm gonna research that. So, yeah, but some animals eat them friends.
When you said you wanted a question, I was just going to say, if I tell you a question, if I will get to answer it.
You can't give me the question and answer it. But what was the question? You want to tell me after? Okay, you have to sit back down. Cause you have way more stories to get, you know. So Danger is going to come now. Auntie Deja is going to come, and she's going to tell you the next story that you're going to hear, okay? But it was great reading the story to you. I had lots of fun.
Owls don't eat birds because the owls are birds.
Okay. So bye, guys.
Auntie Gabby, say bye, Auntie Gabby. And can we give Auntie Gabby a round of applause, please? Good job. So earlier I did a roll call, and I did not mention the names of a few of the schools. So I'm going to call them. And remember, what should you say when I call the name of the school? You don't sound like you're unsure. What should you say? Good job. Are you ready? Russell Primary. No, man, we need more. Russell Primary. All right, St. Francis Primary. Say that again. Holy Rosary. What should you say? All right, so as we're about to head into the next reader, I'm just going to ask all the different brands, and Asu, come to your baby. I'm just going to ask all the different brands. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. I'm going to ask all the different brands coming up to keep it as short as possible. So for my future readers, just keep it in between 5 to 10 minutes. We want to keep it as short and quick as possible. So, the next reader we have coming up, I see her around there looking at me and she's smiling, you know. And she in her pretty yellow with a little bit of orange. And she have a nice bright smile. So you know so she gonna come good. The next reader we have coming up is Miss Amina Blackwood Meeks. Let me hear you say, Auntie Amina. Auntie Amina. She is an award-winning writer, actress, founder, and artistic director for, wait one second. Yeah, the Storytelling Foundation of Jamaica. Can I hear you give her a round of applause, please? Say, everybody put your hands up. Put your hands up. Touch your head. I want to see if you don't know this. Touch your nose. Some people don't know them nose. Touch your lips. Touch your eyes. Touch your knees. Touch your ears. All right? Give me a round of applause for Auntie Amina.
Good morning, oh, me neighbor. Good morning. Good morning, oh. Good morning. Good morning, oh, me neighbor. Good morning.
I don't speak so loudly. So you have to really listen. Can you do that? When I count to 3, I want you to give Kingston Bookshop a little fingernail clap of congratulations for this great day. You ready? A little fingernail clap. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. I am very happy to be a part of this great reading day. And today I'm going to be reading a book from one of my friends whose name is Al Campbell. What's his name? And the name of his book is Auntie Katie's Way. What's the name of the book? Are you ready? Okay. Lisa and Una were sisters who on some mornings took a shortcut through a small cocoa grove to get to school. The cocoa grove was quiet and cool, and the girls often heard the rustle of lizards scampering over fallen leaves. Sit down. Sit down. Hello. 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 Sit down. Thank you. They walked and talked, and sometimes when they spoke, their breath would fast turn misty in the fresh morning air. One morning, as the two sisters were walking through the cocoa grove, Una saw 2 separate bird nests high in a tree. The nests were far apart, but it seemed like 2 pretty yellow birds were sitting in their nests while sharing the same tree. Look at that! Una pulled her big sister close and whispered, 2 cute yellow birds are sitting on nests high in that tree. Lisa craned her neck to get a better view and said, yes, you are right. 2 Auntie Katie birds have nests high up in the tree. Auntie Katie? Asked Una with a giggle. That's a funny name. Why would a cute little bird be called Auntie Katie? I don't know, replied Lisa, but they're bright yellow and have black and white marks, I'm sure they're Auntie Katie's. You know a lot about birds, Una remarked. Tell me more. Listen to them call, Lisa said. Cheat you, cheat you, cheat you. They're orioles, Lisa explained. Some people call them banana Katies, but I prefer to call them loving Auntie Katies. Let's come to visit them tomorrow, Una suggested. Let's come this way every day until their little chicks hatch, please. For the next few days, the sisters walked through the cocoa grove and watched the two mother birds sitting on their eggs. Lisa and Una watched the nests until one morning they heard the sound of little chicks crying from the nests. You know the sound the birds make? Can you chirp like a bird? That's wonderful. Well, that's the sound the sisters heard. They also saw the Auntie Katie mother birds busily feeding their little ones. The sisters smiled and looked at each other. Can you look at the person sitting next to you and smile? And then look back at me now. One morning, as the girls were approaching the tree, they saw a boy with a slingshot. You know what a slingshot is? I bet you can't guess what this little boy did. He took his slingshot and he aimed it at the mother birds. Just at that moment, a pebble flew through the trees and hit one of the mother birds. The Auntie Katie fell to the ground. The boy ran to the spot where the Auntie Katie lay, dead, and grabbed the yellow bird. He then took off through the bushes. Lisa and Una were stunned. For a moment, they stood frozen and speechless. They looked at each other in total shock. "Oh, mother bird," Una cried to break the silence. "What will become of your young ones now? They've lost their mother." "I don't know," replied Lisa. "Maybe they'll die of hunger. I sure hope no one ever takes Mama or Papa away from us like that." The next morning, the sisters returned to the cocoa grove. They were sure that the motherless chicks would all be dead by then. But when they reached to the tree, they were surprised to see another mother bird flying to the nest of the Auntie Katie orphans. The orphan birds lifted their heads and opened their mouths for the other bird to feed them like her own chick. Can you lift your head and open your mouth as if you're a bird waiting to be fed? All right, your belly full now. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. "That is beautiful," remarked Una. "If those little birds can live like that, then why should we be afraid of anything?" "Yes," answered Lisa. "If you are ever sick, I will take care of you and your children, just like that kind mother bird is doing. And if you ever become ill, know that I'll do the same for you, Una. We will live like how those Auntie Katie birds live." From that day, Lisa and Una lived confident lives. They never worried about the future, for they lived like Auntie Katie birds. Can you do me a favor? Don't clap yet. Don't clap yet. Can you hug up the person that you're sitting next to? And can you say, I'll always take care of you? I'll be your Auntie Katie Bird. You didn't find anybody to hug up? See somebody behind you there? Everybody have to find somebody to hug up now. Hug them again. I'll always take care of you. I'll be your Auntie Katie Bird. And now you can clap, clap, clap. All right, I'm allowed to take 2 questions. And I will take questions from the quietest people who are sitting up nice and tall and looking beautiful and handsome and as confident as the Auntie Katie Bird. And stop shying your mouth because the mother bird feed you already and your belly full. Keep your mouth shut. Look at me. Sit up nice and tall and beautiful and confident. And I will take 1 question from over here, and I will take 1 question from over here. And then, if I'm told we have more time, I'll take another question. Auntie Sharon, you have gifts for them for answering questions? All right. My darling, keep the secret. That won't go anywhere, okay? Let me see the most handsome boy over on this side. Sitting up nice and tall. You can't eat how your belly full. So, can't be eating when you're talking to me. All right, but you have on a fancy jacket. That means you're a female? You're a female. All right, it's you on your own. Come. Yes, you. Everybody has to be quiet now to hear the question that this bright boy has. Step up, Mr. Brighty. What's your name? Brian Bailey. Where do you go to school?
Holy armor.
You don't know which school you go?
I'm not about the water.
You don't want to talk in the mic? Oh, all right, tell me then.
I'm Holy Primary School.
Holy Rosary Primary School. What's your question then?
My question is, they always care about the birds.
All right. Brian Bailey from Holy Rosary School wants to encourage all the children here to always care about the birds. That's awesome. A round of applause. Auntie Chanel, what you have for this young man from Holy Rosary who wants us to always take care of the birds? That's wonderful, Brian. Put your hands down. Put your hands down. I only got permission for 2 questions, and I said I would take a question from over here. But you have to sit up nice and tall and look beautiful and confident like the Auntie Katie Bird. Sit on your bottom. And because we took a boy from over here, let's take a girl from over here. Yes, miss, you come. Quickly. Do you want to talk in the microphone? What's your name?
Liana Rodriguez.
Liana Rodriguez. Which school?
Michael Practicing Primary.
A round of applause for Michael Practicing Primary School. And what's your question, Miss Rodriguez?
My question is, sometimes in life I was wondering what people who have sicknesses or ill think of.
What they think of? Wow. That's a very good question. When you get sick, what do you think of? Wonderful. Give Miss Rodriguez a round of applause. And you get a present for asking that beautiful question. Auntie Chanel, can I take one from the middle? Just one. Just one. From anybody who is sitting up nice and tall and looking beautiful. You're not sitting up, you're standing up. So we're going to take a question from the bigger ones in the middle here who have the privilege of sitting on the chair. Now there are two young ladies in the front with their hands up. You decide which of you want to ask the question. Wonderful. That's called caring for somebody else. Give them a round of applause. Will you speak in the microphone? Come. What's your name and your school?
My name is Grace Ann Brown, and my school is Holy Family Primary.
A round of applause for Holy Family. Face your audience, and let's hear what you have to say.
My question is, are there any other birds that act like the bird in the story?
Are there any other birds that act like the bird in the story? That's an awesome question. Please go to Auntie Chanel. I am going to allow you to find out. Give her a round of applause. I have a suggestion. I want you to become a bird investigator. And the next time you see birds, you look at how they behave, and then you answer the question. Are there other birds who behave like the Auntie Katie birds? Enjoy the rest of the day, and a big round of applause to Kingston Bookshop.
Can we have a round of applause for Auntie Amina? All right, so I'm going to ask everybody to just sit on the mat, please. Sit on the mat. I don't want when I'm walking in my big boot, I'm going to step on the little toes. Sit on the mat, my baby. All right, so we're going to play the game again. It's almost break time. Touch your hair. Touch your hair. Touch your nose. Touch your ears. Let me see who know them right from them left. Lift up your right hand. Lift up the opposite hand now. Touch your knees. If you can hear me, clap 3 times. Sit on the mat, guys. If you hear me, clap once. If you hear me, clap 2 times. All right? So we're about to go into lunchtime now. Let me hear you say lunchtime. No, man, no hungry. But before we go into the lunchtime, I'm going to do another roll call. And when I call the name of your school, what should you say? No, man, me never hear that properly. What should you say? Ready? Melrose Primary. No, man, we can't. We need some more energy, man. Melrose Primary. North Street Primary. St. Aloysius Primary. St. Teresa Prep. Okay. Jesse Paul Primary. St. Benedict Primary. St. Francis Primary. St. George's Girl Primary. Alpha Primary. Holy Family Primary. No, man, more energy. Holy Family Primary. St. Andrew Prep. Small Treasures Child Care. Calabar Primary and Infant. New Providence Primary. Hagley Park Prep. Micro practice in primary and junior high. Hey, they want to shout till him tremble. Shortwood practice in primary. All right. Pembroke Hall Primary. Russell Primary. And Holy Rosary. Now I want everybody after 2 to say I love reading. 1, 2. Good job. So it's lunchtime now. I want you to clasp your hands and close your eyes. Clasp your hands, close your eyes. I'm not going to start until I hear silence. Everybody say shh. One more time. Shh. Now we're going to say our prayers. Clasp your hands and close your eyes. For health and strength and daily food, we praise thy name, O Lord. All right, so I'm going to leave you over to your teachers now. It is break time. If you can hear me clap once, for those who can clap. If you can hear me clap twice. I'm not hearing the clapping. If you can hear me clap 3 times. All right, baby, I'm going to ask you to go on the mat here, baby. Just stay on the mat. I don't want nobody come and step on your feet. Stay on the mat, my darling. If you can hear me clap 3 times. Go back, sweetie. If you hear me clap once. If you hear me clap once. If you hear me clap twice. Touch your head. Touch your nose. Touch your lips. I'm still hearing talking. Touch your ears. I want to see the smart people. Let me see you raise your right hand. Raise the opposite hand now. I'm not even going to say left. Say, I am a star. I love to read. Now let me see you touch your eyes. And open your eyes real wide. Touch your ears because you're going to listen as the next reader comes up here. If you can hear me clap once. If you can hear me clap twice. If you hear me clap 3 times. Good job. Clap yourselves. Yes, my friend. I so come to you. Yeah, my friend. I so come to you, yeah? I so come to you. Hush. Hush. So we're going to move on to the next reader for the afternoon. But to the talking, man, so I can't move on. Let me hear you say, shh. Shh. Let me hear you say, shh. 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 Good job. So I'm going to whisper. Up next, we have Miss Meikle. She is going to be reading the book, Patu the Sleeping Owl. You guys remember that book from earlier? Let me hear you say, Patu the Sleeping Owl. Go zzz. All right. Miss Meikle, are you here? All right, come Miss Meikle. Let me hear you say, Auntie Meikle. Can we have a round of applause for Auntie Meikle? Good job. So the book is actually not Patu the Sleeping Owl. It's Happy Croaking Lizard. What is it? Who here are afraid of lizards? Raise your hands. I'm afraid of them. Oh, you're not afraid of lizard? Well, I'm afraid of it. For those who are not afraid of lizards, raise your hands. Whoa. I think that is a lie, but it's okay. All right, let me hear you say, Auntie Meikle. And give her a round of applause. She's going to read for you now. Good job.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Auntie Meikle.
That has a nice... How am I? I'm doing great. How are you? Fine, thank you. All right. So I'm afraid of croaking lizard as well. Show of hands who's afraid of croaking lizard again. You're not scared? The book is scary? I don't read the book yet, so you know the book is scary. All right, so I want everybody, shh. Remember, guys, you can't hear me if you're talking. I can go ahead now? All right. So again, the name of the book is... No, man, I'm still hearing some talking, guys. Shh. Happy Croaking Lizard. Pearlie was tucked snugly in bed when she saw something moving slowly on the bedroom wall. Ah! Screamed the girl. Peter rushed over to his sister's bed and found her pointing. There's a big, creepy, crawling lizard on the wall, Pearlie said. Suddenly, a loud croaking sound echoed from the bedroom. It's a croaking lizard, Peter said. They're loud, but harmless. Get him out of here, Pearlie ordered. I don't want to hear him. Cover your ears if you don't want to hear the croaking lizard. You want to hear him? All right, we're going to find out why we should listen to the croaking lizard, right? His croaking sound is him singing his happy song, Peter noted. Peter, what are you talking about? Asked annoyed Pearlie. Let me tell you the story of Happy Croaking Lizard, Peter said. One day, Lizard left home, Peter said. He got hugs and advice from his parents. Then he walked confidently into the morning. Where did the lizard go? Asked Pearlie. What happened next? Auntie Meekle not pleased. I'm still hearing talking, guys. Thank you. Where did the lizard go? Asked Pearlie. What happened next? Lizard was far from home when the rain began to fall, said Peter. The rain fell so hard that Lizard was washed by the water into a deep gully, the boy said, and he was stuck and couldn't get out. What happened when the rainfall stopped? Pearlie asked. That's when Turtle came to the gully, her brother nodded. Lizard stretched his neck up and saw Turtle, the boy said. Croak, croak, Turtle, Lizard cried. Please, help me out. Peter said that the turtle asked, what reward will you give me if I pull you out? And Lizard replied, I can work for you. Do you think Turtle should have asked Lizard for a reward or he should have just helped him out? Right, you shouldn't be doing things because you want somebody to give you something back. But Turtle is different. So Lizard said he can work for Turtle. Turtle pulled the lizard out of the gully, the boy explained, and then Turtle demanded what he wanted from Lizard. Turtle said, this is how you will work for me. I'll make a drum, and since you are small, I'll put you inside and you'll croak. Peter continued to tell his tale. Turtle told him, whenever I play my special drum, you must make your croaking sound. So this is Turtle, and the lizard is inside the drum, making his croaking sound, all right? Why? Pearlie asked. Lizard croaks sound terrible to me. Anybody else who likes the sound of a lizard, the croaking lizard? You don't like the sound? I don't like the sound. The sound scares me. From inside the drum, it sounded like singing, Peter claimed. So Turtle dropped Lizard inside the drum, the boy explained. Then he walked to Frog Village to show off his singing drum. Peter told his sister that when Turtle played the drum, the frogs heard sweet songs coming from inside. So they cheered. Can y'all cheer for me? All right, good. Good job, good job. Show me you're listening. Turtle tricked them. Pearly frowned. The lizard where was the lizard? He was inside the drum. Yes, agreed Peter. But two of the frogs were very smart. Their names were Seely and Teshi, the boy explained. So they gave Turtle lots of cornmeal porridge and fruit punch. So they fed him. Turtle was very greedy, Peter said. He soon was stuffed and fell asleep. And that's what Seely and Teshi wanted. Why do you think they made him fall asleep? Yeah, they wanted to see what was in the drum because they never believed that the drum making such a good noise. So when the turtle was asleep, Seely and Teshi took his drum, lifted off the drum head, and what did they see inside? Right, they saw the secret lizard inside. What did Seely and Teshi do? Pearly asked. Tell me. Then asked, when the turtle got food, did he share with you? What do you think? No, he didn't share it at all because he's greedy. Good answer. No, was the answer Peter told her. Seely and Teshi took the lizard out of the drum and set him free to run around. So lizard is very happy now because he's free, no longer in the drum. Seely and Teshi put the drum head back on, so when Turtle woke up and tried to beat it, no singing could be heard. Turtle hid and took off the drum head, said Peter. He found out the lizard was gone. He wasn't inside the drum to sing. Since that day, the boy claimed, Lizard has been running around singing whatever happy song he cares to sing. Some people don't like to hear the lizard's voice, Peter said. They say he's croaking, but he's not doing that at all. What is he doing? Not croaking. What is he doing? Okay, why is he singing? Because he's free. He got let out of the drum. And he's happy, exactly. I know, said Pearly. Lizard is singing happy songs to celebrate his freedom. Let him stay on the wall because he's not creepy at all. He's a happy, croaking lizard. The end. All right, guys, so I have two prizes, 2 goodie bags. Show of hands, don't run to me because I saw what happened with that. So show of hands, and teachers, I need help who put up their hand first. But I don't ask the question yet. I don't ask the question yet, I don't put the hand. All right, so the first question is, let me see if I have any good memory. Give me one name of one of the frogs. Mighty God. I have no idea who to pick from here. I'll go with you. Yeah? No, the little boy. What's one of the names of the frogs? Sorry? Lisi? No, not Lisi. Who else? What's the name of one of the frogs? Sorry? Titi, no. No.
Lisa.
No. Yes, correct. So one of the frogs was named Seely. So congratulations. All right, I need everybody to sit back down, please. You know one, but I only needed one name. All right, the next question. What happened to the lizard when he left his parents? Okay, guys.
It was in the job. It was in the job.
But we can't all rush me at one time. There's only one person. No, you need to sit. You need to sit, right? everybody, I need you to sit, please.
It was in the
No, you get that part.
It
Right.
was in the jar.
Can everybody sit for me, please?
It was in the jar.
Can everyone sit for me, please? Go back to the mat and sit.
Miss, he got washed away by the rain.
Exactly.
I was going to answer.
I'm going to have to ask a different question because everybody know the answer to this question. Apparently, you guys were all listening. Everybody was listening? All right, good job, good job. All right, let me ask another question. What's the name of the book? The Happy Croaking Lizard. That's the name of the book. So you want the other one? Oh my God. Oh my God. I only have 2 questions. Oops. All right, thanks everyone. Remember that you need to be quiet now to hear the next reader, right? So fingers on your lips. Shh.
All right, can I have a round of applause for Auntie Miko? Let me hear you say shh. Shh. Say thank you, Auntie Miko. Good job. So up next, let's do an activity before we start again. I want you to put your 2 hands in the air. Clap your hands, but above your head. Stop clapping. Put your hands on the ground. Now put your fingers on your lips. If you have your fingers on your lips, you shouldn't be talking. Put your fingers on your lips, then let me hear you say shh. Shh. I'm still hearing talking. If you can hear me clap once, this is the section that's talking. If you can hear me clap twice. If you hear me clap 3 times, I'm trying to find who is talking so I can put them in the naughty corner. If you hear me clap 4 times, no man, if you hear me clap 4 times, no, if you hear me clap 3 times, if you hear me clap once, if you hear me clap twice, you know, say do it intentionally. All right, so the next reader we have coming up here is from National. Let me hear you say National. Good job. Her name is Mariel Wade, and she's going to be coming up here to introduce a very special person. She's going to, so Auntie Mariel soon come, but in the meantime, let's play a game. No, I want you to sit on the mat. So go back, sit on the mat, my baby. Okay. Simon Says. Who knows Simon Says? If you know Simon Says, raise your hand. Good job. Simon Says, put your hands down. Simon Says, be quiet. Simon Says, do the Usain Bolt pose. Oh, no culture, don't know anything. Simon Says, put down your hands. Simon Says, touch your eyes. Simon Says, shout very loudly, I am a star. Simon Says, put your fingers on your lips. Simon Says, hug your friend beside you. Simon Says, stop. Simon Says, stop. Simon Says, Give your friend a high five. Simon says, stop. Simon says, touch your nose. Simon says, touch your knees. Some people don't know them knees. Simon says, touch your elbow. Good job. Touch your ankles. Uno good man. Uno good man. Good job. Simon says, touch your hair, even if it's short, even for the males. Simon says, the males rub your head. Good job. Simon says, stop. No, man. Simon says, stop. Simon says, clap 3 times. No, man. Mm-mm. Simon says, clap 2 times. Simon says, clap once. Guys, look over there. I think them lose the game. Simon says, clap once. Okay. Simon says, clap twice. So now I'm going to be introducing National, who her name is Mariel Wade, and she's going to come up here. Let me hear you say, Auntie Mariel. Say, we love you, Auntie Mariel.
And I love you too.
Gonna hand over to Auntie Mariel now.
All right, so we're going to do some vibes check right about now. All the young ladies in the room, I want to ensure that your legs are closed. That shouldn't be seen under the uniforms of anyone right here. We're going to listen very keenly because guess what? We have giveaways. And the only way you can get a giveaway is if you know the answer. And the only way you'll know the answers is if you... Okay. All right. So the name of the book that I will be reading here today is called Anansi and Tiger. Right? So, let me... Remember, you know, if you don't be quiet, then you won't know the answers to win these lovely giveaways. All right? So this story is about the pretty fish basket story. So here is the cover. You see Anansi, and you see the tiger. And Anansi is what type of insect? Very good. By the raise of your hand, let me know how would you spell the word spider. All right. All right. Excellent, excellent. So we're about to begin the reading. Fingers on our lips. Fingers on our lips. Fingers on our lips. No talking at this point. Are we ready? When I say national, you say always fresh. National? Always fresh. All right. So here goes. Brother Anansi was a little spider man who was always hungry. One day, he walked down the seaside to go fishing. I need one volunteer to demonstrate what I'm reading. So 2 boys, just come to my right. Come to my right. No, just 2. Just 2. All right, I just need 2. All right, so I have 4. So as I read, I'm going to ask you to demonstrate for the rest of the children, all right? So he cast his net out into the water. So let me see you cast your net now. Like a fisherman. All right. And yell, come fish. All I want is 1 little fish. Right? So you see the fishermen up here casting their nets? Awesome. The Spider-Man was surprised. Let me see the look of you being surprised on your face now. Very good. The Spider-Man was surprised when he caught a small guppy. So here's the guppy. Everyone can see the guppy? All right, so it's a very small fish. He therefore decided to try an experiment. He put the tiny fish aside and said, little fish, go and let many fish come. So I want you to demonstrate letting go of that little guppy. All right. And Nancy was pleased. And Nancy was pleased when he caught many guppies, but they were all small. He wanted to try another experiment. So he put all the small guppies aside. So let me see you put all the guppies aside now. Little fish go, let the big fish come. Let me see the hands of those who love to eat fish. Awesome. Oh, one student said that they love salmon. I would love to enjoy dinner at your home. All right, let's be quiet now. The Spider-Man was delighted. Let me see the look of delightment on your face. Show the audience. All right. Because he caught a big yellow fish and goldfish, he smiled. So everybody should be smiling right now. So I want you to turn to the audience, right? Everybody should be smiling. You're helping me to depict the story today. So go to the side, Very good. So the Spider-Man was delighted. So everyone can see how happy he is? Okay. Right, and my assistants here, they're going to show you what a big smile looks like. So smile for everyone now. Very good. So, big fish go, let many fishes come. And Nancy was overjoyed when he caught many different types of huge fishes. He caught a snapper and a kingfish, a flounder and a jackfish, as well as a lovely parrotfish. So guys, I'm unable to hear myself. So not until you're quiet, I'll be able to continue the story. Can I get some silence? So let me hear everyone say shh. Are we ready to hear the rest of the story now? The happy Spider-Man caught so many fishes that he packed the large ones into a basket and stuffed all the small guppies in a pot. As Anansi walked home, so guys up here, I need you to pretend as if you're walking home. As Anansi walked home, he balanced the fish pot on his head and carried the basket in his hand. When the Spider-Man was about halfway home, he saw someone approaching. Whoever it was, he was determined not to share his fish catch with anyone. So here you see Anansi with his basket on his head, and he's also carrying one in his hand. So Anansi hurried to hide the fish pot with the guppies in the bush. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so you stand here. You go back a little bit more because we want everyone to see, all right? So when the Spider-Man was about halfway home, he saw someone approaching. Whoever it was, he was determined not to share his fish catch with anyone. And Nancy hurried to hide the fish pot with the guppies in the bushes, and then he covered the big fishes in the basket with a pretty cloth. After that, he came out again from behind the bushes and kept walking nonchalantly as he swung the basket in his hand. So everyone up here should be swinging their baskets now, as Anansi is swinging his own baskets. Right? Brother Anansi, tiger bellowed. Who can tell me the sound that a tiger makes? Excellent, excellent. You're all fierce little tigers in here today. So Brother Anansi, tiger bellowed. Shh, let me hear you say shh. All right. Brother Anansi, Brother Tiger, the Spider-Man replied, "It's a pleasure to see you too. What's going on?" "Oh, I've been hunting," Tiger explained, "but I caught nothing. I'm very hungry. What do you have in that pretty basket? Is it food?" "Please share some with me." And Nancy said, "No, it's nothing." The little Spider-Man answered in a feeble voice. Brother Tiger?
Miss, that's all. Yeah, tiger. What? Who? That's the word.
Stand to the side. You have to stand to the side. All right, so excuse me for 1 minute. All right, guys, thank you guys for your patience. So are we ready to hear the rest of the story? Brother Tiger, the Spider-Man replied, "It's a pleasure to see you too. What's going on?" So my assistants up here, I want you to show the audience what you look like when you're very happy to see someone. Okay. "Oh, I've been hunting," Tiger explained, "but I caught nothing. I'm very hungry. What do you have in that pretty basket? Is it food? Please share with me." So tell me, what did Anansi have in his basket? Very good. Very good.
Some local fish.
Okay, so let's go now. "No, it's nothing," the little Spider-Man answered in a feeble voice. "See you later." Is Brother Anansi telling the truth? No, he's not. And we're always supposed to tell the truth, right?
God do not like a liar.
Right, and my assistant right here said God does not like liars. And Nancy walked faster to get away from the tiger. So my assistants, I want you to walk in the opposite direction very fast. So you're walking in that direction very fast. Okay, beautiful. All right. So you see the assistants, they were walking very fast a while ago. That's how fast Brother Nancy was walking away from Brother Tiger. He hurried until he thought he had lost the lost big hungry cat. When the tired Spider-Man reached into a shady tambourine tree, who knows what a tambourine fruit looks like? All right. Step aside. Okay, it looks like an orange. He felt that he could safely take a break to admire his fish catch. And Nancy sat under the wide canopy tree. I need one person to put up their hand. Okay. Okay. To you? Send them in the crowd. Oh, all right. So my assistants, thank you so much for your help. I'm going to ask you to go back to your seats. Go back to your seat. All right, so who can tell me how you spell the word tree? But you need to raise your hand. And then my team member will come to you and you spell it. All right? All right, so we have one person. So you just go to Miss Campbell and she'll give you the mic.
What's the question? Spell the word.
All right, so give him the mic. Can you spell the word tree? So he's going to spell the word.
You have to be quiet. You have to be very quiet. Hi guys, you have to be very quiet. Everybody sit down. Everybody has to sit down and be very quiet. So hands on your lips. Hands on your lips, everybody. So our little friend here, what's your name? Andre? You're going to spell the word tree? Ready?
Give me that one. T-R-E-E.
Marielle? Spell it again for her.
Spell it for us.
T-R-E-E.
Right?
Excellent. Excellent.
Clap everybody, round of applause.
Excellent.
All right, go back.
So let's continue the story because we want to win prizes, right? All right. And Nancy sat under the wide canopy tree, took the goldfish out, off the basket and said, pretty big goldfish this. Let me put it down and save it for later. The Spider-Man put the goldfish on the ground behind his back. But what he didn't know was that the tiger had reached and was hiding behind the tamarind tree. The big cat grabbed the goldfish and started to eat it. And Nancy didn't realize what was happening behind his back, so he continued to take out another fish. So here's the fish. Guys, I need you to sit in your seats, please. Everybody can see? Excellent. So Nancy didn't realize what was happening behind his back, so he continued to take out another fish. This time it was a snapper. He said, pretty large snapper this. Let me put it aside because I would like to escovitch it later. All right, I need you to sit down here, all right? Go and sit in your seat. Go and sit. Teachers, some assistance, please, with the students.
Sure.
All right, thank you. Tiger snatched the snapper and started to chomp on it. The Spider-Man took out a kingfish and said, pretty huge kingfish this. Let me put it to one side and maybe I'll steam it later. Again, Tiger took the kingfish and gobbled it down. And Nancy took out a flounder and said, pretty giant flounder this. Let me put it away and try to bake it for later. So this is a Nancy trying to hide the fish that he has caught so he can cook it later, all right? Brother Nancy took out a jackfish and said, pretty enormous jackfish this. Let me put it away for later and grill it. Hungry Brother Tiger took the jackfish and bit into it. And Nancy took out a parrotfish and said, pretty gigantic parrotfish. Who can tell me the colors of a parrotfish? All right, so just go to the mic, make your way to the mic. The young lady in the blue tunic. So we have one person already. So she's going to tell us the colors of a parrotfish.
All right, guys, are you listening? Amoya is going to tell us the colors of a parrotfish.
Red, blue, and yellow.
Marielle?
Repeat for me, sweetheart.
Red, blue, and yellow.
That is correct.
All right, congrats.
That is correct. So Anansi said, let me put it down and fry it. Then strangely in that moment, the little Spider-Man heard the sound of someone chewing ferociously behind him. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Repeat after me. Chomp, chomp, chomp. He turned around and surprised to see that all his lovely fishes had been eaten by the big hungry cat. Now if you have food in your house, right? And you put it up and somebody come and eat it, wouldn't you be sad? Of course. Of course. All right, so let's hear what happens after that. He turned around and was surprised to see all his lovely fishes had been eaten by the big hungry cat. You ate my fishes, squealed Anansi. How could you do such a wicked thing to me? You lied to me first, replied Tiger. You said that there was nothing in the pretty basket, but now I know it was a basket full of big, delicious fishes. I'll get you back for this, Anansi said. Want all, lose all. Tiger said as he grabbed the parrotfish and stuffed it into his mouth. As the big hungry cat ate, he spat out the fish bones. Whoa! Anansi grumbled. Look how I worked hard and I can't get to eat my big lovely fishes. Tiger heard the mumbling and asked, what did you say? Nothing, Anansi responded as he brushed in front of his face. A fly is bothering me. So this is Brother Anansi trying to play it off, right? So let's see what's going to take place after this. Anansi walked away, but Tiger kept following him. That was when the little Spider-Man saw a mango tree. He knew that Tiger loved mangoes, so he said, "What a nice looking mango tree." Tiger nodded in agreement and replied, "Why don't you climb it and pick some mangoes for us?" Guys, do you think Anansi is really going to pick mangoes for Brother Tiger after what he did? I don't think so either. Anansi climbed the tree and picked some ripe mangoes. Who in here loves ripe mangoes? Excellent. So guess what? You want to know what Anansi did with those mangoes? He threw them down to Tiger below, who immediately started to eat. Tiger was standing underneath the tree, so the Spider-Man was looking down on the big cat's head. "Look," Anansi remarked in shock. "Look, lice are in Brother Tiger's head." "What?" Tiger was surprised. "Come down now and hurry to scratch the lice in my head." And Nancy dropped down and said, "Brother Tiger, I can't catch the lice if you don't stay still. Please lean against the mango tree." As soon as Tiger leaned against the mango tree, and Nancy grabbed the big cat's tail and tied it into a knot around a branch. Then the little Spider-Man jumped for joy and ran away yelling, "The fish pot is mine, all mine." Right? So Tiger did something very bad to Brother Anansi, and he decided he was going to get him back for it. So as fast as he could, Anansi scampered back to where the fish pot was hidden. And there in the bushes, he enjoyed eating all the small guppies without sharing with anyone. Tiger pulled and pulled, and everything broke free from the mango tree. But since that day, he has always looked behind him to see if anyone wanted to tie his tail. And Nancy always regretted that he never tasted any of the big, lovely fishes, but he also remembered that it was a good thing he had put the small guppies in the pot. And that is why some people used to say, "Never put all your fish in one basket." The end. Who enjoyed that story? Excellent. So guess what? Now is the fun part. We have some giveaways from National. We have our beautiful chuck sandwich that's filled with cream. We have our National chips. We have our zesty popcorn. So here is how it will work. A student will represent the school. However, the gifts will be given to the teacher of the schools for it to be shared among the students. All right? So first question. Are we listening? And we'll only acknowledge you when you raise your hand and you make your way over to Miss Campbell. Go back on the mat. All right. So first question, just to see who was really listening. Ready? All right. By the show of hands, you're going to indicate if you know the answer, then we'll acknowledge you. What were two of the fishes caught by Brother Anansi? Miss Campbell? All right.
Miss Gupfish and Parrotfish.
Repeat what you said.
The gupfish and the parrotfish.
That is correct. So you have won yourself a beautiful prize from National. So tell me the school that you're from.
North Street Primary.
North Street Primary, beautiful. So the teacher of North Street Primary, whilst you're the one who answered correctly, will share among your peers and yourself, all right? You're welcome. Sherry? You can hand over to her. So, I have another announcement to make. The lovely assistants who were here earlier assisting me, we have National branded mini trucks to give to you as souvenirs, right? The participants who would have answered earlier will ensure that you get your giveaways, but I want to make one beautiful announcement before we go. So we're at KB Reading Day today, and it's all about literacy, right? Because it's we say fully bright, right? So there's no dunce around here, fully bright, right? Are we all bright children? Do we love to read? Awesome. So National has partnered with Joel Numdarkham. Joel, please join me. And he is the wonderful author of the book called Future Makers. Now, this book is geared towards showcasing the beautiful skills of those in the orange industry. And by that, I mean those who can use their hands and all their creative talents. So, in light of our partnership, just to show our symbolic commitment to what KB Reading Day is doing here today with the schools, we will gift all 20 schools a copy of Future Makers book. Yes? So let's give it up for Mr. Joel Numdarkham. Awesome. Thank you, Joel. Thank you. So teachers will arrange, you'll get a copy of each book for your school. Thank you for having the national team here today. You were amazing. And again, when I say national, you say always. That is it. Thank you.
All right. Can we have a round of applause for her, please? All right, so I'm going to ask everybody to just head back on the mat. Head back on the mat. On the mat. On the mat. On the mat. Go back. On the mat. On the mat. Dress back on the mat. Yeah, on the mat. All right, if you can hear me clap once. If you can hear me clap twice. If you can hear me clap 3 times. So I'm going to be inviting our final reader before lunchtime. I'm hearing talking. I'm heading over this penny section. If you can hear me clap once. If you hear me clap twice. This is where the talking is. Let me see everybody raise their hands. Let me see everybody put down their hands. Let me hear you say shh. One more time. Shh. Fingers on your lips. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be inviting Sir Christopher Johnny Daly, but you can call him Uncle Johnny. Let me hear you say Uncle Johnny. And he's going to be reading the book, Anansi and Rabbit. So you just heard Anansi and Tiger. Now you're going to hear Anansi and Rabbit. A round of applause for him, please. Good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me be honest with you guys. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Okay, listen. I know you guys want to get to lunch, right? Right? Because you want to get to eat some food, right? So we're going to do that. But guess what? Guess what? Hello, who's talking down here? Who is talking down here? I'm trying to be nice. I am trying to be nice. Don't let the dragon come out. I am here to read for you. Are you appreciative of that? Put your hands together and clap me then if you're appreciative of that. Thank you very much. I don't have a long time here because I have to get to the radio. I work on the radio as well. So since this is reading day and I don't have the time, I'm going to be testing you guys right now. So I'm going to be mixing things up a little bit. So we have some sponsors here. What is the sponsor's name here? Who can tell me? And what does it say? They? Good. So you know what Kendall is all about. How about this one? What does it say? And this was what? Be? So you're going to be good to yourselves, all right? Who else is ready for more tests? Say ready, 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 ready. Who can read? Who can read? What does it say? You like the banana chips? Who like the banana chips? All right. And then what does it say now? What does it say? No, man, but you can't read all pot what woman and not going good. Hold on, now, let me go over here, sir. What does it say? What do you both say? You know, you're all good. We have to go over this side here because, oh, and then of course you know who's keeping this. Who's keeping this? Massive. And what is this now? You like this? What is it? And who have good eyesight? What they say? 100? You need glasses. You can't read that thing. Oh, God. This little boy need glasses. You don't help him out, you see? All right, what about this? What does it say? One word. Beautiful purity. I love that. And what about this one? Munches. And you know that. And of course, you just heard from? So we are big readers here, man. Who loves to read? Who loves to read? Tell the truth. Who loves to read? Who loves to read? Tell you what, guys. I'm going to give you a story. I'm going to give you a true-to-life story that's very short. You want to hear it? No, it's very short. You want to hear it? Because I want you guys to get to lunch. Can I get your attention, please? Can you quiet down a little bit, please? All right, quiet down for Uncle Johnny. I'm going to start this very important story. So I was a primary school student some years ago, just like you guys. Not too long ago. Not too long ago, Madam Teacher, not too long. And I used to ramp and play every lunchtime. That was my favorite time. Who like to play lunchtime? Yes. No, nothing is... Okay, guys. You can't put up your hands without talking. Hello? No, nothing is wrong with playing at lunchtime. Absolutely nothing is wrong. But guess what? I used to play at lunchtime, but I wasn't the best student in the classroom. I didn't pay attention. I chat a lot. And I used to play a lot and distract my fellow classmates a lot. Who is like that? You're going to have to stop it. But I'm going to tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. You know what happened to me? Hello, you want to hear what happened to me? Who want to hear what happened to Uncle Johnny? Thank you. Well, guess what? When I got to 3rd grade at primary school, who's in 3rd grade here? Who's in 3rd grade? Good. So this is how tiny I was. When I was in 3rd grade, I had a teacher named Mr. Phipps. Yes, a male teacher. And he would notice that I would come back after. Who is listening to me? Okay. He would notice that I would come back after lunchtime green because I was playing the field and my khaki clothes would green up and I would slide and play all this karate and I was sweaty and I was very smelly. Who know that kind of thing? Well, he said to me, you boy, that's what he called me, you boy. He said, you boy, every lunchtime, you go outside and you ramp and you play and you come back in dirty and your khaki clothes can't wear back to school tomorrow and you're not doing well in class. He said to me, you know what you're going to do? I'm going to stop sending you out at lunchtime. And he did that. He gave me a book to read and a book for mathematics. And every lunchtime, I had to eat my lunch in the classroom and I had to read and I had to do arithmetic. And guess what happened after several months, children? Who can tell me? I moved from getting the worst grades to becoming one of the best spellers in 3rd grade. It is simple. Reading maketh a full man. Reading gives you understanding and clarity. Reading takes you far away from where you are because it stimulates your imagination. It stimulates your brain. So guys, quiet down again. Quiet down again. Why do you think Kingston Bookshop? Hello, right here, sir. Let me come on here. We are chat like how we chat in a classroom. I am up here now. I'd like your attention. Children, this is what I want to say to you. You are all brilliant. You are all brilliant. You're all smart. And you are all filled with great potential. Listen to what I'm saying. All of you have the same hours in the day. But there's some of you who are going to utilize those hours much more than others. You're going to use and squeeze out the full potential of every second of those hours. And those of you who do that, you're going to benefit much more than the ones who lose or let those hours fade away by doing nothing. So, my last words to you, my children, because I love you and I have to get to work. Instead of spending time just flippantly on your computer, spend the time reading something on your computer. Spend the time to read something, not just to play the instrument. Do you agree with Uncle Johnny? You agree with Uncle Johnny? Because reading make it a full man and woman. Thank you very much. I have to go. Thank you so much, my darling. Love you.
Say thank you, Uncle Johnny. All right, so it's everybody's favorite time. It's lunchtime. However, before you go... all right, before you go on lunchtime, if you can hear me clap once. If you can hear me clap twice. If you can hear me clap 3 times. All right, sit down. Yes. If you hear me clap 4 times, go on the mat. I'm not talking to you. You guys are not my friends if you're not on the mat. Everybody hands up in the air. Touch your hair. Touch your nose. I'm still hearing talking. If you're talking, that means you're not partaking in the activity. Touch your ears. Good job. Touch your eyes. Say, I am a star. I love reading. Now, before you go on lunchtime, I'm going to do one more roll call. And what should you say when I call the name of your school? I'm sorry, I can't hear that. What should you say? All right, let's go. We're going to do it quickly. North Street Primary. St. Aloysius Primary. St. Teresa Prep. Jesse Paul Primary. St. Benedict Primary. St. Francis Primary. Alpha Primary. Holy Family Primary. Calabar Primary and Infants. New Providence Primary. Whoa. Hagley Park Prep. Micro practice in primary and junior high. Pembroke Hall Primary. Russell Primary School. And finally, Holy Rosé. So now I want everybody collectively to say it after 2, 1, 2. Good job. Now you're going to clasp your hands and close your eyes. Stay seated. We're going to say the grace again. Guys, if you're going to say the grace, you can't talk at all. I need silence. Shh. For health and strength and daily food, we praise thy name, O Lord. Amen. If you want to play a game with me today, let me hear you say game. Who wants to play a game? Raise your hands. All right, put your hands down. Now, who is familiar with the game Simon Says? Well, today, we're not going to be playing Simon Says. We're going to be playing Dangerous Says. Let me hear you say Dangerous Says. What's the name of the game? Good job. Now, Dangerous Says, stop talking. Because I need to explain how the game works. If I don't say Dangerous Says at the beginning, you're not supposed to do it. Dangerous Says, stop talking. Put your hands up. A lot on the lose. I never said Dangerous Says. Dangerous Says, put your hands down. Focus. How the game works. If I don't say Dangerous Says at the beginning, you're not supposed to do it. Everybody clap. Enough people out. You guys understand the game? I'm supposed to say what? What am I supposed to say? Over here, what should I say? Good job. Now we're actually ready to play the game. Dangerous Says, put your fingers on your lips and give me complete silence. I still hear talking. I still hear talking. Danger says, act like you're reading your favorite book. No talking, just act like you're reading your favorite book. Danger says that. Danger says, stop. Danger says, act like you're now turning the page of a book. Let me see how you do it. All right, not bad, not bad. Danger says, show me your thinking face when you're trying to solve a math equation. Danger says, show me your thinking face when you're trying to solve a very hard math equation. I see everybody said so. So hold on, you not play the game, you out. You not play, you not focus. Danger says, show me your thinking face when you're solving a math equation. Shh. Danger says, stop. Danger says, no talking. Danger says, act like you're flying like a bird. No talking, just the actions. Danger says, the bird buck up in a one wall. Danger says, stop. Danger says, pretend that you're reading a book, but the book is magical. And you're like, whoa. Danger says, stop. Put your hand on your head. Enough people out. All right, ready again, ready again, ready again. Danger says, you ready for this one? This is a big one. Danger says, roar like a lion. Danger says, act like a cat. Let me hear what the sound the cat make. Danger says, make the sound of a goat. Danger says, stop. Danger says, stop. Touch your nose. You guys not focusing. Danger says, stop. Danger says, spell the word read. Good job. Danger says, spell the word right. No, Danger says stop. Right as in the right where you're right. Danger says stop. This one is an easy one. Let me see who is smart. Danger says, spell the word book. Okay, this is a fun one now, because I soon finish. Danger says, freeze. Unfreeze. No fun to lose. No fun to lose. Danger says unfreeze. Danger says stand. I want everybody to stand on now. Danger says stand. And we're going to play one more thing that Danger says before we get into the next reader. Danger says stand on the mat. Danger says pose like Usain Bolt. Danger says stop the pose. Danger says, Danger says, show me a favorite dance move. Danger says stop. Danger says, show me a favorite pose. I see some poses, I see some people said so. Some people said so. Some people said so. Danger says stop. Jump 2 times. No. Danger says stop. Danger says stop. Remember, if I don't say danger says, you should not do it. Is that clear? What should I say? Over here, what should I say? And finally, over here, what should I say? Dangerous says, sit down. Sukon, Sukon. I'm gonna do it one more time. Dangerous says, freeze. You lose. You lose. Unfreeze. On a smart, Danger says unfreeze. All right, clap yourselves, clap yourselves. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Danger says put your fingers on your lips. So we're gonna play Danger says further on in the program, but first I'm gonna invite. No, but Danger says put your finger on your lips. I see so much people without them fingers on them lips. Danger is not happy. Danger is not happy about that. Danger says put your fingers on your lips. Tell the teachers too. Say Danger says put your fingers on your lips. Them rude, don't it? Yeah, not too out about them rude. Sit down, man. Sit down. Danger says shh. So now I'm going to invite Mr. Stedman Fuller. He is the chairman for Kingston Bookshop, and he's going to come up here to read and give us some greetings. Danger says give him a round of applause. Boy, Mr. Fuller, sir. You see how I have them up with them. Danger says, and your time to take over now, you know. Danger says be quiet and listen.
Thank you so much, Danger. Good afternoon, boys and girls. And good afternoon to all the teachers. Now, Danger was able to keep you all quiet. So you think I can do the same thing too, right? Okay. So then, when I say quiet and put your fingers on your lips, you'll also do that, right? All right. But you must keep perfectly quiet. Can I have you all keep perfectly quiet? Put your fingers on your lips. Put your fingers on your lips. Everyone, put your fingers on your lips. Right? And if you have fingers on your lips, you really can't be throwing a bottle up and down. So you're going to keep right. You see, if you are well behaved, you always get a prize. And if you keep quiet. So, I'm not going to ask you any question now because I don't want you to move your fingers from your lips yet. But I know that you've all been having a good time, right? Yes. And you just had lunch, right? Yes. And you had some goodies and you're all fed. And it looks like you're all very happy to be out of school today, right? All right. Put back your fingers on your lips now. Put back your fingers on your lips. 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 Everybody, fingers on your lips. All right, so I won't ask you now. I'll just tell you that I know that you're all very happy to be out of school for a day. And you are out of school for a day because Kingston Bookshop arranged what is called Reading Day, right? Yes. And this is to emphasize the important, fingers on the lips, fingers on your lips. No playing. Hello there. You all have to put your fingers on your lips. And young man, don't play that bottle right now. Okay? So, okay, here, right in front of me, these two are playing. Hello. Look to me and stop playing the bottle. All right? So you all come out today for this day that is arranged, and it's called KB Reading Day. And I know that a lot of you like to play with computers and telephones and tablets and all those things. But you have to, the foundation for you is that you all need to be able to read to do all those things. And so we are encouraging reading. And you know, we have some partners who come out with us to have helped us. And you can see their names. They give you things to eat and things in your bags and so on. And the names are there. And I want to welcome and congratulate Kendall, who gave you some things that you had. Caribbean Dreams, showing you all the things that they sell. And all the other companies. St. Mary Banana for chips. And of course, the Script Cafe for food, water, Purity for bread, and CBL Munchie, and other sponsors who have helped us. So today, I am going to be reading a story for you, and you all have to pay very close attention. Fingers and lips, fingers and lips, fingers and lips. Over here, fingers and lips over here. Right. You can relax as you want. I see one gentleman is lying down, very relaxed over there because he wants to hear his story. And no, Danger was asking you about the sound of animals. No. You must pay attention. You want to lie down while I read, right? Right. You are comfortable lying down? Yes? And you are comfortable lying down while I read? You're happy right there? Okay. All right now. I want you to all listen carefully to the story. And you have to behave yourself, you know, because you don't want to make your school embarrassed, right? You don't want me to say that, why is this school behaving so badly? And why is that school behaving so badly? You don't want me to say that, right? Because you're going to make your teacher feel very embarrassed that you cannot be controlled. All right? So try to make sure that you hold up your school. And don't let Mr. Fuller say, boy, those kids from that primary school, they behave so badly, they couldn't keep quiet. All right. I have a book called When Kitty Was Home Alone. When Kitty Was Home Alone. Have you ever been left at home by yourselves? No, all right. But this kid, all right, put back your fingers on your lips now. Put back your fingers on your lips. Put back your fingers on your lips. When Kitty was home alone. And I heard Danger asking you to give this sound of a goat. And what's that sound? All right, thank you very much. And is there anyone in here who has never seen a goat? All right, so you all have seen a goat, right? And you know what the young goat is called? The young goat is called a kid. But sometimes we also call children kids, right? And you ask a lady, how many kids do you have? She means children too. All right, so we're going to read our story. Hang on. You all have to keep quiet. Put your fingers in. All of you need to keep quiet. All right, we are going to have a prize, you know. And the side that keeps quiet most will benefit from the prize. So we have 3 sections. We have this section over here, and we have the middle section, and the right section. Now, on the left section, they are fairly quiet. See if you can win the prize if you keep quiet, more than this side over here. The middle is quiet right here, and the right side. So we are going to get into a story of when Kitty was home alone. So clearly, the kid was at its owner's house and was left there by itself. And you can imagine what Kitty might be wanting to do or is going to do. So let me start the story. And I like it. You're keeping quiet. That's nice. And I'm going to show you some of the images as well. All right, you can have a look and see what Kitty looks like. Nice fat kid. Yes, you don't need to speak. You can just look. You can just look when Kitty was at home. That's a nice fat kid. This is a story. This is a story of when Kitty was home alone. On a fateful day, they left Kitty at home by itself. Nice place, doesn't it? It looks pretty. So what Kitty did when it was left alone, it went into the kitchen. It went to the house and went to the kitchen looking for breakfast. She was very hungry, so she wanted to get something to eat. Kitty looked on the countertop and saw a carton of eggs. She reached for the box of eggs, but the egg fell on the ground. The box of egg fell on the ground, and you know when egg fall on the ground, what happened to them? They break. You can see the eggs on the ground. You can see the eggs on the ground, right? All the eggs broke. All of them, every single one of them. And the kitchen floor was a total mess. The kitchen floor was a total mess. It has, you can see the eggshells and the eggs on the ground, right? And egg all over the place and in the head as well. And after that, she looked into the kitchen, dining room, and saw a loaf of bread. This kid is behaving like a human being, right? He saw bread. And it was fresh. So Kitty bit into the bread like she was not fed. And after she ate all the bread, she was fit for bed. She was fit for bed. Now, you don't know if a kid sleeping in human bed, right? But this kid was fit for bed. So she went to the bedroom where the mirror was. And then she started to admire her beauty. She started to admire her beauty. And what did she do as well? She dressed up in the clothes of the people and put on nightcap and all those things. You see? You can see that? Yes? And not only that, she put on, look, and you can see her lip. Yes, she put on lipstick and put on toenail polish. Yes, yes. And when she did all that, she went in the bedroom and went in the bed and covered up with blanket. You can see her covered up with a blanket and fall asleep and mouth water beside her mouth. You can see that? What do you call that mouth water? Jules, Julie, all right. And what she's doing right here, she went to have a shower. Shower. Yeah? What you put? Yes. So she washed her body with soap and shampoo and look well inside the shower. All right? Then after that, she was soaking wet. She went in the sofa. She went in the sofa. You see she go on the sofa and relaxing in the house? Yes, that's what she was doing. And then she went out among the flowers and was enjoying herself among the flowers. What a special goat. You ever see goat behave so yet? So now, when boys they come home and see the goat in the house, mashing up the house, boys he was very surprised. See, he looked surprised when he saw the goat doing all these things in the house. So Boise said, oh no. And he dragged the goat out of the flower pot that he damaged. And Boise was saying, no, no, this is not your house at all. This is not your house. I'm going to get you back into your house. So it's a very short story, but an interesting story. Boise put back the little kid in the goat house. Yes.
The humans doesn't know the goat was wearing their clothes.
Right, so the goat behaved like a human being and took over the house while they were not there. And boys, they come home and corrected it. He said, no, 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 no. I'm going to put you back in your cage. So there you can see the goat got back in their cage. Right. Somebody have to say, you want to say something about the goat? Say it, let me hear. All right. He's saying something about the goat, but I can't really hear it. This one said the goat a little better life than him. All right. So that's a very short, simple story about Kitty, the goat, who was left alone at home. All right? I know you have had a long day, and I know that the folks will have a few more things for you to do before you go. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your reading day. And when you go back to school, you can tell your others who weren't able to come that you had a very interesting day about reading at Kingston Bookshop. All right? Thank you very much, everybody. Take good care of yourself. Thank you very much.
Say thank you. Say it again. Say thank you. All right, Danger says, put your fingers on your lips. Danger says, sit up. Then is why everybody lie down. It's almost time to go home. Why everybody lie down? Danger says, sit up. Are you tired? Come, it's almost time to go home. Danger says, put your fingers on your lips. Danger says, say, shh. Still hearing, let me listen. Shh. I don't know, it's somewhere. Let me come around here, so. Hello, what is happening here? On the mat? On the mat. Shh. No, man, I'm still hearing this penny. Shh. I'm still hearing talking. Shh. Danger says, whisper. Let me hear you say whisper. Still hearing talking. Let me hear you say whisper. Let me hear you say, I am a star. No, since we're on the topic of stars, the next person I will be introducing is somebody you all know. You can guess what name said? Let me hear. Every Royal. Anybody here know Every Royal? If you know Every Royal, let me hear you say Every Royal. If you know Every Royal, let me hear you say Lipton. If you know Every Royal, let me hear you say Antenna. And if you know Every Royal, let me hear you say 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, just before we close out, boys and girls, I want you all to make some noise for Every Royal.
Good afternoon, boys and girls. Good afternoon, teachers. Let everybody say, I love Lipton. One more time, I love Lipton. Again, I love Lipton. All right. So let me see the hands of who love to read. Nice. So let me, all right. Shh. Put them down, put them down. Let me see hands who want to become a content creator. Wait, I want to be a big actor there, man. Love it. But guys, guess what? In order to become a content creator, you guys have to love read. Because the more you read, is the more you get creative when telling your story. So this evening, I have a book in my hand. It's called Anansi and the Crocodile. So let me see the hands who love Anansi's story. Okay, but guys, I'm not going to tell this story. I'm going to tell my story. So, growing up, I was very scared of reading. Reason being, I was very stutter. Yeah, like, so, anybody who have a classmate who is stutter? All right, but guess what, guys? All right. But guess what, guys? We have to overcome that, right? So I was very scared at first, but by growing and years after years, I became confident. So to all you guys, I want you guys to be brave. don't be afraid to express yourself. Right? Okay. So, I have been doing content creating for over 9 years. 9 years. Not true? A long time that, no? Okay. So, in order for me to be so creative, I have to learn how to read. So, I read. I read a lot. Even when I was scared to read, I have to do it because I want to overcome it. I want to be creative and I want to be brave. So guys, yeah. So I just want to say, you guys are the future. So let me see the hands who want to become doctor. Yeah. So let me see the hands who want to become a nurse. So let me see the hands who want to become a teacher. So let me see the hands who want to become an engineer. Nice. Love it. So I am going to read maybe 2 pages of this story because I know you guys have to go home. So are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Nice. So this story is called Anansi and the Crocodile. What's the name of the story? Okay, nice. All right, ready? Shh. You guys have to be silent. Okay. Brother Anansi was a little Spider-Man who liked to eat cherries. Every morning he was eating breakfast when 3 seabirds pitched nearby. So you guys know Anansi is very sneaky, right? Okay. So this is what the seabird said to Anansi. Hello, Anansi, said Buddy. I make one, can you come with us to Birchery Island? What do you guys think Anansi said? He said yes? Why? Of course Anansi said yes. So this is what he said. Anansi was pleased. How can I go with you? I have no wings to fly. We can fix that, said Soti. Are you coming? Okay. Why do you need me on Birchery Island? Asked Anansi. All the cherries are ripe, answered Noddy. Soon they will be falling off the tree. We need help to pick them. If you help us, we promise to share all the cherries fairly. Did you think the seabirds was playing around Anansi, or are they going to share the cherries evenly? Eh? Okay. The seabirds agreed to lend Anansi some of their feathers, and he agreed to go to Birchery Island to pick cherries. Each bird took out some feathers and made a jacket with enormous wings. So you guys know that some big wings so Anansi can fly, right? I'm gonna pick cherries. Yeah. Anansi put on the jacket and flew away to the Birchery Island. So guys, what do you guys think happened when Anansi reached to the Birchery Island? He picked the cherries, right? But hear what? Did Anansi share the cherries evenly? Boy, uno bright. Hey, me not lie. Anansi are really for uno favorite story character then, because uno know how Anansi stay. Anansi never share those cherries, right? So guys, I know you guys have to go home. So this is what I have to say to you guys. You guys are the future. and always be fair in life, no matter what. Right? And always be brave. Repeat after me. I will always be brave. Okay, nice. So before I leave, I just want to say, guys, remember, reading is key. So in order to you to become successful in life, always love to read. So I just want to say a big thanks to Kingston Bookshop for having me here for this reading day, and also a big thanks for the teachers who wait patiently for every royal. So I just want to say a big thank you, and I love you guys. Before I leave, repeat, yeah? You watch my video? All right. So what is your favorite character of my video?
Lipton!
Who else? You want to take a picture? All right, no problem. So, guys, shh. If you guys don't finish, I'm not taking no picture. Shh. Silent. So, guys, I just want to say thanks again, and I love you guys, and I am very appreciate your guys' patience. So, before I go, let me hear you say, I love Lipton. I love Antenna. I love 2020. So what I want to know. You want to hear the 2020 voice? All right. So hear me now. Just want to say a big thanks to Kingston Bookshop for having me at the reading day. I'm just want to pick up every teacher in the building. Big up all of the students them. 2020 love for now. I'm big up, all right? Yeah, all right? Town, come back to town, all right? I'm going to go back to country. All right, big up on yourself. Love for now. Thank you.
Say thank you, Uncle Evie. One more time, say thank you, Uncle Evie. Okay, so we have finally come to the end of the event. Don't get up unless I say get up. Everybody sit down. I want to thank you all, teachers, for coming here, all the sponsors, for contributing to this event. Do enjoy, as who come to your baby. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for coming out. Listen to teachers.